Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, we have a sovereign citizen, American state national, who's here to prove to all of us that when you commit fraud, everything is free. Now today, we're going to do things a little bit different, as I'm going to give you one of the definitions of fraud at the beginning, as he basically admits to it through his entire video. According to 18 USC 47 1014, the legal definition of fraud in regards to loan applications is as follows. Whoever knowingly makes any false statement or report for the purpose of influencing in any way the action of the Small Business Administration, a federal credit union, an insured state chartered credit union, any institution the accounts of which are insured by the FDIC upon any application, advance, discount, purchase agreement, repurchase agreement, commitment, loan, so on and so forth, shall be fined not more than $1 million or imprisoned not more than 30 years, or both. Now normally, I would wait until the citation was relevant. However, in the very first clip of this video, he mentions that he is defrauding the banks, which typically hold accounts insured by the FDIC. So let's begin.
What's up, family? How y'all doing? Now look, lately I've been looking around, right? Because I've been going on YouTube and I've been looking at these videos, and the car industry is crazy. Like, the banks is treating like the debtors like pawns. So I'm looking on YouTube, right? And it's something called a bank auto auction, a bank repossession auction. So all the cars that banks snatch from like the debtor, they auction it off to dealers. And what the dealers do is, after they purchase the vehicles, the banks finance it, for another debtor.
Do you really expect us to take financial freedom advice from an idiot who got his economics degree from YouTube University and pronounces debt as debt? Because if you do, I suggest you go check yourself back into whatever psychiatric hospital that's treating you for your delusions.
And the cycle continues. It's like the banks nowadays, their whole entire agenda is this, right? Say, for instance, if you had a car note, $40,000. And now you had the car for 4 years and you paid $11,000 towards the vehicle. Now, say if you couldn't pay, within that 3-month span, they would take your car and say if you couldn't pay the money to reimburse or put the loan back to a current standard, they will put your car in the auction after 15 days of non-payment and sell it off. And I'd be looking at people like, damn, the banks is cold, because it's like, people are very hard working and they pledge their everything for this vehicle, and the banks will take the vehicle back from you.
Well, the alternative option is to not buy the car in the first place because you don't have the money to begin with. See, when the bank gives you a loan to buy the car that you can't afford for yourself, they're taking all the risk with their money. So the bank will put a lien on the title to mitigate their financial risk, just in case you don't follow through on your end of the loan agreement and they have to exercise their right to take their property back that their money paid for.
And after they take the vehicle back from you, it's like you put $11,000 in for nothing. And that same dealer or bank, after they sell it at the auction, once they finance it again, that whole thing start over. So that $40,000 car, say if it's a $30,000 car now, right? They're going to use that pledger as well. And once that person can't pay, they go, it's like the cycles just keep repeating itself. And I feel bad for a lot of people, because a lot of people nowadays, they look at money, cars, assets as if this is real money. It's not real money, y'all. The US dollar is not real money. It's all credit. And y'all using y'all real livelihoods to put up as collateral, to secure this loan. Y'all putting up y'all real social security numbers, not CPN numbers. Y'all not putting up EIN numbers. Y'all putting up y'all social security numbers. So this loan follow you everywhere you go. So that's why I try to teach people the method where I use an EIN number so I can operate in the private.
You use an EIN so you can operate in private, okay? For those that don't know, EIN stands for Employment Identification Number, and it's basically a social security number for a business. So what he's saying here is that he avoids letting his personal credit get negatively affected by his very illegal activities by applying for his fraudulent loans using his EIN instead of his social security number. But there's just one tiny problem with your big brain logic. The EIN application requires you to use a name and a social security number that exactly matches what's on record at both the IRS and the Social Security Administration. So much for using your EIN to allow you to commit fraud in private, dick flute.
I'm going on 4 months no payment, but you want me to tell you what I did strategically? What I did strategically was I never gave them an address. And also, the vehicle that I have, since I purchased it all the way out, is no track on this. No track on my vehicle. And also, it's something called a skip tracing. Skip tracing is when the death are trying to locate you through public records. But since you no longer use that number, which would be the EIN number, I switched over, got a whole new EIN number, and it got another auto loan under that.
It's very rare that we catch an idiot in the wild who so openly and brazenly admits to committing federal crimes. Number 1, you can't use your EIN in place of your SSN when applying for a personal loan. Number 2, you can't use your EIN to apply for a business loan and then use the funds from your business loan for personal use. And number 3, you just referred to the lender as the debtor. Not only are you wrong, but the B is silent, you dumbass.
Now, some people look at it like, that sounds kind of crazy. It don't sound kind of crazy. You got to understand what world you live in. A lot of people will show and promote, oh, you don't have to pay your bills. And people just jump head first, but they not, they not understanding the whole thing. Look, me not paying the car note saves a lot of money. Me not paying the mortgage saves a lot of money. So I can keep the money I was going to pay for the car note and keep it in my pocket. I don't have to worry about the banks no more.
Yeah, no shit, you save a lot of money by not paying your mortgage or car note. But what makes you think that the bank doesn't know the exact location of the house that you have mortgaged with them? Something tells me that you didn't think your master plan passed, ooh, free car.
So that's why I'm trying to get people to understand that this shit is a game, and I want to play it. I want to play. I want to jump around in the balloons or jump around whatever, and I want to play the game that they are playing. Because this is a commercial game. It's a game. They look at y'all lives like games. Like when people get a mortgage and you default on a mortgage after 10 years, they take the whole house. You just paid 10 years for nothing.
Yes, we get it. Repossession is an unfortunate possibility when it comes to lending and borrowing, but it doesn't change the fact that the previous owners of the house before you have already been paid by the bank. So regardless whether it was an unexpected loss of employment, a flailing economy, or just a walking, talking, petrified dinosaur turd who thinks he found a way to defraud a bank out of a house and a car, believe me when I say this, the bank will get their money back one way or another.
That's why I try to teach everybody, since we're dealing with a credit-based system, you want to find the legal loopholes, the legal ramifications where you can find a way to take the property and offset the debt, or you can have security on the debt. Like say, for instance, when I first got this car, right, this around 22, right, around 2022, what I did was I filed a title bond on the vehicle before before they issued the title and put the bank as the lien holder. So I already filed a bond on this car way before a lien holder was even recorded, right? That's why I did number 1.
Well, number 1, you're dumb as fuck. Because what you just said is exactly what would happen if you did nothing at all. Except your way takes more steps and costs more money. What I think he meant to say was that he's gonna go get the title bonded with himself as the lien holder, which he thinks is gonna magically protect him from repossession. But if it really worked, and it was really this easy, then all the bank would have to do is go down and file for their own bonded title to undo your dumb fuckery.
The second thing I done was make sure that when I bank with the banking institution, that I never put my real address. So a lot of you guys who have physical addresses, a lot of you guys who have like your P.O. box, put that as your address. Not the P.O. box. You have to get the address of the actual post office. And instead of putting P.O. box, you have to put unit and put the number of your P.O. box. And you have to say, this is where you live. So as long as that is taken care of, you will be all the way in the private. So when the dealers try to find you, they're like, damn, where this man go? But you got this on the one number. You got to understand it's the EIN that got this.
Again, you can't use your EIN to secure a personal loan. It's exclusive to the business that you have registered with the IRS. It would be the same thing as if I used your social security number to secure my loan. It's fraud. And when you do this, the banks will eventually find out who that EIN is linked to and they will transfer the debt to you. So you might be able to get away with this for a few months, but eventually reality will catch up to you and give you a very expensive kick in the dick.
Just like your social security number got it, your social security number got it, but this the problem. They can take that social to court, right? When they take it to court, it's on public records. You can't put the EIN on public records. Even if you do, everywhere I apply for a loan, the auto loan for this one doesn't pops up because I put this under the EIN number. I never use the social security number at all. That's how you want to remain private at all times. And also, you don't want to be 100% liable for debt. So you always want to put this on a straw man number. And you can create another straw man number. So check this out.
What's funny is this guy has a video talking about how he's an American state national and adamantly says he's not a sovereign citizen, but then goes on to use the exact terminology and exact arguments that sovereign citizens use. But as I always say, birds of a feather lick windows together.
In the United States, it is legal for me to have as many numbers as I want. I can have as many EIN numbers as I want. I can have as many CPN numbers as I want. And also I can have many bank accounts as I like. That's the name of the game, y'all. We got to learn how to play the credit game. Just play it's a game. Let's just play the game. Play the game for what it is, not what you want it to be. I have people call me, man, how can I discharge the car note? The banks got your real address. The banks have your real social security number. And you sign a promissory note stating that you will pay it. So even if they want to make a claim in court, they can make the claim. So you can have the vehicle, but the vehicle will run in your garage. And not only that, it's going to go on public records under that social security number. So wherever you go to apply for a house mortgage, it's always going to pop up.
I hate to be the one that pisses in your Cheerios, but when all this fraud catches up to you, and it will, you're going to eventually get out of your free federal housing, and you're going to be looking for a place that accepts felons way before you're going to have to worry about another bank giving you a home loan.
People got to think. You always got to think. You always got to think. You got to be ahead of the game. So me, this one EIN, I got a whole nother EIN number with a 700 credit score. And this old EIN I'm shot. And I'm finna take this off my credit and start all the way back over again. It's a game. That's why I want everybody to understand credit is a damn game. And I will never take credit serious because the bank's giving you extension of credit, which is a game. You retrieving credit, which is a game. Everything is a game, y'all. Now, I'm not telling you do anything illegal in the sense of stealing something. No.
Are you fucking kidding me? You've done nothing but encourage others to break the law. You should have titled this video, How to Commit Bank Fraud, a sovereign citizen's step-by-step guide to ruining your life forever.
You can extend, the banks will extend credit to you based upon what's on your credit profile. So you have a lengthy credit profile, they will extend credit. Are you obligated to pay that credit? No. Is it a violation of law if you don't pay debt? No. Because not paying debt is not an arrestable offense. So I can go on right here on YouTube and say, I do not pay my debt. And nothing can happen to me because it's not illegal to not pay debt. But you want me to tell you the problem is? It's crazy when you find a loophole. When you find legal loopholes to get out of debt. Or you find legal loopholes to not pay debt. Or you find legal loopholes to get away from debt. Because now you start fanning out like, I could do this, I could do that. It's kind of like you sneaky, but at the same time, you legit. Because you actually building a real credit profile. But at the same time, you placing all of your personal liabilities, like the social security number, you putting that to the side. You putting your personal life to the side, and you setting up straw man numbers. So that's what I thought of. So the EIN is a straw man number. The CPN number is a straw man number. So I get over on the banks just like that. So look at it like this. You got people out there, right, who commit crimes, right? They crack cards for $5,000. And that's a crime because you committing bank fraud. Or you got some people that might do a wire transfer, like hack people's account and send the money somewhere else. That's crime. That's a crime. But you got a guy like me that set up an EIN number, get a bank account, get almost a $70,000 auto loan from the bank, and I take the entire vehicle. And guess what? 0% liability. And it's not illegal. It's not illegal at all. So once we start understanding credit is a game, we're going to have fun with it. You know, I'm going to show everybody how the game works. And I also got some new stuff to tell y'all, right? I found another credit union who actually just giving out $25,000 auto loans. Just $25,000 auto loan. I'm actually trying to get me an investment truck because they send the wire. They send the right wire directly to the dealership, whoever you're trying to buy the car from. So
keep in mind, wire fraud is a felony too.
Yeah, we're gonna be on that next, y'all. Yeah, man, credit is a game. You know, for you guys who paying car notes, I'm sorry, man. You know that a lot of people ain't caught on to this soon. A lot of you guys pay $30,000, $40,000, and this is y'all hard-earned money. This is hard-earned money that y'all are paying. And you got a guy like me out here driving a 2022, and they can't even find me, and I got this under the straw man number. And it's not illegal. It's not.
All I took from that was they can't find you, which means they're looking for you, which also means your bullshit scam doesn't fucking work. I mean, think about it. If this were even remotely true, then every single American out there would be driving their free $1 million McLaren away from their free multi-million-dollar mansion. Alright guys, I think that's going to be where we end the video today. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.